up, guys? My name's Charles Schultz, and this is The Everyday Father. The reason I wanted to create this show is a couple of things. First off, as a 40-year-old father of three, making fitness and health a priority in my life is extremely important. It allows for me to keep up with my kids. It allows for me to be a better dad. It allows for me to be a better husband. And I think that through exercise, through healthy habits, we become better men. And that's the idea behind this show, is to give you an insight of how I organize my life, my world around fitness, to include my family, to include my kids in my workout, to get myself better every day and get me the energy, the strength, and all the other things that I need to be at my best. You might be asking, well, why would I follow? Why would I listen to you? So there's a few things that I want to share with you about my background and how I became involved in exercise. The first thing is, as an athlete, I was really drawn to strength and conditioning, but I found a true connection to the strength and conditioning world my junior year of high school. I got real sick. I lost 40 pounds in like 10 days. And it was a huge setback because it was supposed to be my year. You know, obviously you get to that point in your career in high school and you're now an upperclassman. There's a lot of expectations. And I got real sick, lost a bunch of weight. And because of that weight loss and because of the speed of the weight loss, I was really weak. Like coming back to the gym, you know, I don't even know if I could bench 95 pounds. It was really, really bad. But through hard work, through eating, through paying attention to what I was doing, all of a sudden I started to see my body recompose itself. And I came back stronger, had fantastic junior, senior year, got to play college baseball, became a strength and conditioning All-American in college. And then after that, I just found myself consistently being drawn toward the weight room, towards the gym. Made a good connection with a personal trainer after college. He brought me into the training world, got a certification, got some advanced certifications. And one thing led to another, and I started working as a trainer, owned a gym, recently sold the gym and moved to Worcester, Ohio. And that's where we're at today. But all of those experiences, all of that knowledge, all of that time has put me in a position, in a unique position to, one, have stayed strong, stayed healthy throughout my entire adult life. But two, I believe I can give you information that you can use in your life to start making changes, to start getting closer to the health and the fitness level that you're seeking. This isn't a show about bodybuilding. This isn't a show about six-pack abs. This isn't a show about world record lifts. I believe that we all need to be strong. I think we all need to be fit. I think we all need to be capable. And I'm going to show you how I go about doing that and some of the things that I do. I want you to move heavy weights. I want you to move fast. I want you to move athletically. But at the end of the day, six packs are just diet and aesthetics. And I'm not that type of guy. I'm not looking to do that. I'm not going to step on stage. Now, I might challenge myself on some strength feats. I want to try to still continue to push myself on how much I can squat, how much I can deadlift, how fast I can sprint. Those things matter to me, and so a lot of the exercises I program for myself kind of tailor to that. But ultimately, I want this show to evolve with you, and I want to provide you with the information and the knowledge of exercises that fit your need, but also how to incorporate it into your life. You know, one of the really hard things as we get older is we have more responsibilities. As we have kids, we have even more responsibilities. If we own a business, we have even more responsibilities. And for whatever reason, our health always takes a back seat. It's the thing that always gets kind of pushed to the side and I'll do it later. I'll have some time here soon and I'll get to it then. And I'm not sure why that is. And I want that to change. I want us to get to a point where health is our priority. And through health and through activity, we are able to then attack the rest of our life with focus, purpose, energy. It's really hard to be a successful person if you're always tired. if you're always dragging, and a lot of people use that, well, I'm tired, I can't exercise excuse, but the truth is if you exercise right, you get energy. You get that burst of focus and determination and all the things that come from a healthy lifestyle. So this show is to dig into what I'm doing. It's going to follow me around. You're going to see my kids. You're going to see how I include exercise into my routine. And I'm going to talk to you about habit creation and some of the things that I do to make sure that I'm getting the work done. I'm also going to show you how I continue to get a pretty good amount of work done with a really small space, because I built a home gym when I moved, and I love that for a couple of reasons, and I'll talk more about that later. But whether you work out at home, whether you work out at a commercial gym, whether you just like to go outside and move, we can get healthy, we can get fit, we can get the energy we need, we can become the better versions of ourselves. You know, the idea that once you get older, once you have kids, you have to have a dad bod, I want that to go away. We don't have to be like that. Sure, there are certain things that happen over time. Sure, it gets harder if we're not paying attention, and it's very easy to get lost in that way of life, and then all of a sudden you look down, you're like, oh boy. I mean, at this particular stage in my life, I'm actually up to the heaviest point that I've ever been. But I think that there are some things that we can do to make that weight look okay. You know, if you were to look at me right now, you probably wouldn't guess I'm 230 pounds. I'd like to be lighter, only from an athletic standpoint. My strength is really good at this weight, but from an athletic standpoint, 230 is hard to move around. I'm not playing running back in the NFL, and I'm not a linebacker. I'm just an everyday dad. With that being said, I will dive into some fitness tips when it comes to nutrition. I have some cool things that I'll do once I get my kitchen back. Right now it's under construction, and you'll kind of see what I'm working with as we get through this episode, because I've got a really small workout space. I've got cabinets that are hanging out in my garage right now. I've got a mess of things because we just moved in July, so we didn't really get it all cleaned up and worked into, fully functioning mode before winter hit. And I think what's cool about this is you'll see kind of how my space evolves over the next year, how I utilize all of the different avenues to create a healthy lifestyle. And I hope you ask me questions, because one of the things I want is to make sure that your lifestyle fits your needs. You don't have to do it my way. I'm not that type of believer in fitness that there's only one way to get there. I've trained hundreds of people in different ways, and they've all had various levels of success. A lot of it comes down to creating the life and the consistency that you need on a regular basis. So let's dig into what we're going to be doing here. I want to show you, today is just going to be a quick breakdown. I'm going to show you what my space looks like. I'm going to give you an exercise of the week, and we're going to talk a little bit about how and why I train the way I do. And I'm hoping that this is something that, as we continue to add pieces together, that you're going to really like some of the things that I show you as far as how you can start to become a little more fit, a little more focused, a little more active. So we'll be back right after this commercial break.
We cannot wait any longer. Men are in need of community, brotherhood, and a place to call home. The time is now, and that place is NGBN TV. Powered by men just like you, dedicated to launching a one-of-a-kind streaming TV network for men in their 40s, 50s, and 60s. Our goal is to inspire, entertain, celebrate, educate, and support men. The NGBN TV sneak peek is launching January 29th. We need you on this journey with us. Ad rates at NGBN TV will never be this low again. So join our movement on NGBN.TV and contact us today. NGBN TV, a network for men in their 40s, 50s, and 60s, coming January 29th.
What's up, everyone? This is Chris Fontana, founder of Go Primal Lifestyle Fitness Apparel and host of the Primal Mindset Show on NGBN TV. Coming to you from Long Island, New York, with the transformative show that shares inspiring stories of overcoming adversity and embracing personal growth. Hosted by me, who has triumphed over immense challenges, including addiction, mental health struggles, and significant weight loss. This show features conversations with individuals who have conquered their own obstacles. Through heartfelt discussions, the Primal Mindset offers hope, guidance, and inspiration to listeners, encouraging them to persevere and never settle. Join us on this empowering journey of resilience and transformation as we share the stories of incredible individuals who have embraced the power of the Primal Mindset. Join us on NGBN TV.
Welcome to Decades, hosted by Chris Rubio. Decades is a show made up of 5 generations of people brought together to discuss topics you wouldn't normally talk about with others. The goal of the show is to learn by having some good, possibly heated discussions, without losing the simple fact that it's okay to talk to different people with different opinions other than your own.
Hi there, Sub60 Ed, producer and co-host of Decades, inviting you all to Decades Live. Decades Live is on Tuesday nights, 9:30 p.m. Eastern, on the NGBN network. NGBN can be found on Roku TV and Amazon Fire. We are live, which means we are interactive, and we want to interact with you. Stop by, leave a comment, ask a question. Help me pick the panelist of the show. From myself, Sub60 Ed, Rubio, and the Decadian panel, we truly appreciate your time and support and viewing. Hope to see you soon on the next episode.
Hey guys, welcome back. I wanted to dive into my approach to my training structure. I think that this is one of the things that you need to focus on for yourself, is setting up a routine or a system of exercises, or how you want to approach your training blocks to maximize your likelihood to show up. One of the things I've noticed over the years of training people is the consistency part is always the hard part. And for me, the reason why I'm able to be so consistent is I've been doing this for so long. I have been regularly exercising, with maybe a week or two here or there where I haven't been as consistent, since I was in 6th grade. That's a long time at this point. I've been consistently training longer than I haven't, as far as being alive. So I understand that's not you, or it may not be you. Maybe it is you. If it is you, awesome. If it's not you, the key to making sure that you get consistent is choosing things you enjoy when it comes to your exercise. I prioritize strength in my training. One, I like lifting heavy things. It makes me feel good. I like deadlift. I like squat. I like sort of like bench press. Bench press is my least favorite of the strength exercises, but I like to move heavy weights. I like to feel like I'm still capable, strong, athletic. And strength matters for a number of reasons. Lifting heavy helps build muscle mass. Muscle mass helps burn calories. Burning calories helps you stay lean. So even when I get heavier, I don't look as big and soft, if that makes sense. I'm trying to make it, for myself, the more muscle mass I can maintain, the more resilient I become. And as we get older, that muscle mass is more important because it protects us. It keeps us healthy. The resilience piece is crucial. It helps us to overcome missteps and slips and falls, and picking up our kids and cutting and chasing and doing all of these things that are going to happen on a regular basis. If you have kids, you're going to be put into quick action moves that then you feel sore and whatever else. But the science is starting to show, the studies are starting to show that a lot of people, when they have low muscle mass, as they get older, they suffer falls, and those falls lead to a shorter lifespan. So for me, strength will always be a priority. I want to be as strong as I possibly can at whatever age I am. I will share some of my lifts with you so you can see some of the strength things that I'm doing. I usually keep it pretty simple, though. There's not a whole lot of crazy complexity to my training structure. Now, with that in mind, I do still like to move like an athlete. I want to treat myself like an athlete for as long as my life allows me to be mobile and upright. The reason for this is when you train strength and you train like an athlete, you move better, you adapt quicker, you can overcome missteps, slips, falls, all of the things that life throws at you where you have to react and move. The other piece of it is as my kids get older, I want to play with them. I want to run with them. I want to be faster than them. I want to jump higher than them. I want to throw harder than them, because I think that being that model just gets them to want to push themselves more. I want there to be a level of understanding that, like, you're going to have to earn your wins against me, son. You're going to have to move a little bit harder than that. You know? And that is a big approach and a big part of what drives me to the weight room every day. You need to discover what your why is. You need to discover what joy you get out of exercise. I personally despise cardio. It is without a doubt my least favorite thing to do. However, I have found some ways around that, because I do think that cardiovascular exercise is extremely important and we need that good heart health, but I'm not going to run a marathon, at least not today. You know, maybe at some point I'll get challenged enough that it'll make me like, yeah, you know what? Let's go. I'll take on the challenge. But for right now, I don't enjoy it. And when it comes to exercise, like I mentioned before, do things you enjoy so you do it more often. We spend so much time sitting and doing nothing that if the exercise part is unenjoyable, we're going to skip that. We're drawn to what makes us feel good, what's comfortable, what's easy. Now, I'm not saying make your training easy, but if you enjoy the hard part of a certain aspect of exercise, you're more likely to put yourself in that position. So for me, I need to make sure that all the things that I'm doing apply to what I want out of my life. So keep that in the back of your mind. When you look at your exercise protocols, why are you doing the things you're doing? What's the outcome you're hoping to achieve? Because all of our training should have a purpose. It should be designed to get you somewhere from A to B and to get you in a place where you're better tomorrow than you were today. But you have to know where that place is. If you don't know why you're exercising, where you want to go, who you want to be, then it's going to get really hard really fast and you're going to find reasons not to do it. You know, for me, the application of my training needs to be, I want to be able to chase my kids. I want to be able to pick them up. I have 3, and my 2 oldest still want me to carry them down the stairs in the morning at the same time. If I'm not strong enough to do that, I've let them down. I've failed. I'm going to do that for as long as they ask me to. Even though they're old enough to go up and down the stairs on their own, it's a part of being a dad that I enjoy. Being asked to do things, being asked to be there. And so you need to, again, are you being asked to do stuff? Why are you trying to exercise? What is the thing that you're wanting to accomplish? Take some time this week and really look at what it is you're hoping to accomplish through these exercise protocols. Like I said, for me, it's all about being there for my kids. And I know that when I get my exercise, I'm better for them. I'm mentally more there. I'm happier. And I'm more capable. That's a lot of reasons to get into the weight room, even on the days I don't want to, even when it's cold out in my gym. And you need to figure out what those things are for you. And we'll talk a lot throughout this show and throughout this process about the benefits of exercise and how it helps your brain and how it helps your muscles and how it helps all the pieces that make you a better father, a better human. But I think a great place to start is to understanding your why. We're going to take a look at my home gym here in a minute, so stick around right after these commercial breaks.
Hey NGBN, it's Brian Jodas with Pick Up the Six Productions. Join us here at Pick Up the Six as we introduce you to the men and women among us who go above and beyond through service, purpose, and impact. Whether it's travel in the United States or right here from our studios, we can't wait to pick up the six with you.
What's up? My name is Chris Rubio, and I'm the host of The Rubio Method on the NGBN TV network.
Focus. Focus up. Long snapping and life are very, very similar.
We have a great show that's going to educate you, inspire you, and most importantly, entertain you. I say most importantly because that's what I really want to do. But we're just kind of going on this journey together, and I'm going to make sure as we go on this journey together, you're going to have a good time while doing it. So check out The Rubio Method on NGBN TV.
We'd love to have you join us on the MD and Chef Team Show. I'm Chef Michael, culinary nutrition expert, and I'm joined by my beautiful wife, Isabel, medical doctor and suicide survivor.
Yes, I was dropped into that world 10 years ago. And what I've come to understand is that we're focusing on the wrong thing, the downstream event of mental illness. We should be focusing upstream to prevent the downstream event. And that's what we do.
So come join us on the MD and Chef Team Show.
Hello and welcome to the Movement of the Week. This is where I will highlight a different movement every week. I'm going to talk to you about something either you can do in the weight room, something you can do in your house, something you do outside. But the idea here is to expand your workout library. Give you exercises that maybe you forgot about, maybe you haven't done ever, maybe you've not thrown them into your programming in a while. And ultimately, just give you some variety to play around with, because I understand that a lot of times what happens is we get caught up in the same routines, same workouts, week in, week out, and that gets old. So the best way to make sure that we are getting the most out of our exercise programming is to make it fun. And how can we make it fun? Let's change it up. Let's get wild with it. So today, what I'm going to show you here is one of my favorite pressing motions, and I use it a lot, and it's a landmine incline press. And for those of you who aren't familiar with the landmine, that's this little piece right here. All right, it's attached at the end of the rack. The barbell slides into it, and then it gives you a lot of freedom to do all kinds of motions, from pressing to rotation to pulling. And it is honestly a great addition to any rack, or you can even buy a standalone piece that you can stick into either your weight plates or a heavy piece of equipment on the ground, and then you can use it from the floor. I want to say it's somewhere between 80 and 100 bucks, but ultimately not very expensive and very versatile. And when you're doing something in a home gym setting, you want something that can be used for multiple movements. So that's why I love the landmine. And the reason why I love the landmine press is twofold. One, when I work out, I don't like to do just strict ab stuff. It's not for me. It's boring. It takes too much time, and I'm usually trying to get in, get out, and get on with it. And so I like to combine exercises to work my core while I'm working other muscles. This, because I'm upright, I have to brace here, okay? And then I'm pushing this rotation, this punch gets my core activated while I'm getting upper chest, shoulders, and a number of other things are working through the ground. So when possible, if you can be upright, you can be on your feet and do motions pressing, single arm off of a cable, incline with this guy, you're going to engage your core, you're going to get more out of that exercise. The other reason I like the landmine press over a traditional press where your back is against a bench is when you pinch the back into the bench, it restricts your scapular movement and your shoulder movement. And over time, it could potentially lead to shoulder impingement issues. As a former throwing athlete and as a father who wants to play catch with my kids as they get older and show them I still got the heat, I want to make sure my shoulders can move freely and be, injury free for as long as possible. This is a motion that I think allows for that development of the upper chest while keeping those shoulders free and mobile. So let me show you how this works. So landmine here, we hoist this bad boy up. You start loaded at the shoulder. I like the arm up, and then when you pull here, you press. All right. And if you want, it can turn into a power movement. So right now it's a strength movement. I'm staying controlled. I'm squeezing the core, I'm driving it up. If I want to, I can get heavier and I can drop in here. And now I'm getting some momentum. I'm loading the hip. I'm driving it up and through. It gives you some variety to put into the movement, and it's just a lot of fun. I like this exercise. I think you will too. So give it a go. Let me know what you think, and we'll see you in the gym. I hope you enjoyed today's first teaser episode of the Everyday Father. As we continue and as we go forward, what you can expect to see on the show is a variety of segments. All right, I'm going to show you a peek into my life. I'm going to show you how I incorporate fitness, how I take the kids out, and what the things I do to be an active father. Because one of the things that is most important is movement. We are so sedentary. Heck, I mean, I'm sitting here recording this video, and a lot of people don't realize as a trainer, a lot of our life is sitting, programming, doing this. We have a sedentary lifestyle, but we want to be active people. Training isn't usually active. I'm not lifting, I'm telling. So we understand that there's a lot of times where you're not moving. So incorporate ways to move more. I'm going to dive into programming and exercise planning, utilizing what you have, healthy eating. I think that's super important. Small adjustments in your nutrition can go a long way into getting the body you want, getting the weight you want to lose, gaining the weight you want to gain. If you're somebody who wants to build muscle, it all starts with nutrition. I'm going to talk about some creative exercises and ways to utilize, again, the space that you have. You know, not everybody wants to go to the gym or be around other people at the gym. I got you. If you have a home gym, I'll show you how I'm using mine. If you are going to go to a commercial gym, perfect. Let's get some exercise planning. We'll talk about some of the things that are beneficial, some of the things that aren't. I want to dive in a little bit of the psychology of exercise and the benefits and the mental part of our bodies, and how exercises releases chemicals that make us feel a certain way, helps us to manage our ups and downs, and gets us through some of the struggles of life. You know, but exercise can do so many great things. Strong body, strong mind. I absolutely believe that. Weekly, I'm going to have a movement for you so you can start to implement some different things into your programming, and I think that'll be fun. We can kind of I can show you some of the stuff that I've experienced over my career as a trainer, and some of the things I like to just throw into my programming on a regular basis. But ultimately, I really hope this becomes an interactive show. I want you to tell me about the struggles you're having within your exercise programming. I'm still going to show you a lot of what I'm doing with my kids in my life, and kind of be that everyday father that I'm trying to be. But I can incorporate some of the things that you're struggling with and show you how I overcome that, and give you some ideas on how to approach those things for yourself. I think that that's something that would be easy to add into what we're doing already. So at the end of the day, fitness needs to be a centerpiece in your life. Not so you can look good, but so you can be good for those who need you. I hope you choose to join me again. We'll see you next week.